up, nerds? Today we're talking about products. We're talking about books. Sorry, I'm in makeup mode. Today we'll be talking about books that I declutter if I needed some space on my shelves. I just redid my shelves and honestly, I'm cutting it really close. So I'm not giving myself a lot of leeway when it comes to like space and storage. Like they look really good right now. And there's some empty spots. Like I definitely have a few months before those get filled. But I'm like, if I ran out of space, what am I cutting? Because we needed some space for some new stuff. I have 5 books right here. Some of these are... We'll talk. Anyway, ignore my glasses. Sorry for the glare. Normally I wouldn't do it. But I have a hideous dye in my eye. I don't know what it's from. Could be from makeup, but I hadn't worn makeup the week prior to this happening, so I don't know what it is. Could be anything, so we're just gonna let it happen though. We're gonna let it take its course. I'm just gonna, keep putting warmness on it, warm cloths on it. Say some prayers for your girl. Hopefully it's clear by what I film for next week. And yes. All right, let's just jump in. I don't want to be here for too long. My last few videos have been pretty long, but I was getting into some booktube videos, and all their videos are pretty long, so I was like, oh, like, it doesn't matter how long my videos are, but I was like, okay, let me just slow my roll, because they don't need to be this long, and I really don't, like, want to make super long videos. I just love to talk, so if I don't have to, let's not, you know what I'm saying? So let's not today. First things first, this is the Karen Harper Under the Alaskan Sky. So I did actually read this book. A couple of these I have not read. But this was $4.95 at, what's it called? At, Second Hand Charles, whatever it's called. But it's only a couple dollars, like $5. And so I was like, oh, this is when I was just starting to grab a bunch of books and see how I like them. This is a very like not old timey, but it's like very like, it's just not a really good book nowadays. Books have come so far from this, I should say. This is like a really weird mystery kind of product. It's a little bit of romance. Like she falls in love with the guy. And he ends up, he was like not researching, but he was like looking into some like investigating, that's the word, someone's death, that kind of thing. It was just very like subpar of a book, you know what I mean? And I definitely wouldn't like go out to repurchase from this author or like read more books like this. Like it was really just a fill-in for when I was just first starting to purchase books. And I would definitely get rid of this first. So I won't get rid of it now because I did like it, honestly. It was a little bit of like a breath of fresh air to not read the same kind of story, the same kind of writing, the same kind of like stuff over and over again, but it was a little bit like, it's just not my cup of tea. I read that stuff over and over again because I like that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So this was a little bit of a breath of fresh air, but not like enough that it needs a spot in my collection. Like I feel like, and this is not one that I would talk about that much or like, use for other videos and that kind of thing. So I feel like I would definitely, like if I needed the space, I would, get rid of that one. This is in no particular order, by the way. This is kind of just how I had them stacked. But I would, this one breaks my heart, but I would do it. This is from, sorry, I didn't know what that rattling was. It was making me mad. But this is the book from the Divergent series. This is by Veronica Roth. I purchased this after I read, I believe I purchased it like soon after I read, what was it called? Not Midnight. Yeah, it was Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. Whatever the title is of the book, whatever the book is, that was the Twilight and Edward's perspective. So I kind of went into this thinking that this would be Divergent in 4's perspective, but it's not. It's the life living up to like 4 and how he turned into 4. And I'm just not one who lives for that. I don't think Triss is in here at all. And I didn't want to read this. And so I'm like, obviously I want to have the collection, but honestly it doesn't even go in the collection. It's like the 3 books are in like their own little box, and then this sits on the side. So I don't even know if they make this in hardcover, and I believe all the other books I have are in hardcover, whatever. So it's not like really that much of a matching set. Like I'd have it just to have it if I had the space for it, but if I didn't have the space for it, I'd probably go donate it or something. It costs $12.99. I don't remember how much I bought it for, but I was really excited. I started reading it and I was like, oh no. I thought it was, yeah. not my favorite. I mean, it could be good, and I could read it maybe one day, but right now I'm just like, no. Every time I look at it, I'm like, ugh, you made me so mad. I'm like, I wish you were just Divergent is Forced Perspective, you know? You know? Okay, next is another one that I purchased, did not read. This is the Agatha Christie Death on the Nile. I've heard such good things about these books. I've heard such good things about Agatha Christie. I just am a love story girl at heart. I love just the cliche romance. Do you love me? Do you not? And so I have to be in the mood to read this. And I have not been in the mood to read this at all, ever, for the past few months since I got it. So I don't know if I ever will be. I don't know. Maybe you guys can convince me down below to read it if you guys think it's good. Again, I've heard such good things about it. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my go-to. So I feel like I have to be really in the place to read it, and I don't know that I am. I also, oh, she has so many freaking books. Oh my gosh. I don't know what else I was going to say. I also had it in like a monthly, like one of my TBRs, and I just didn't read it. So I don't know if I will ever read that. Again, if like next month or like let's say tomorrow I needed more room in my book collection, that one would go because I'm not reading it and I don't think I will. I obviously did spend money on it, so it was a waste of money, but it was my fault. I was just hoarding books, and I don't know why I try to purchase. I mean, I do know why, because I want to try to get into more than just the same old, but it's hard for me too because I love the same old so much. So that one was like, yeah, I wouldn't purchase that one. I mean, I wouldn't, I would boot that one. That one probably would be like one of the last few boots, just because I'm like, okay, maybe I could like it, but like eventually it would go if I didn't read it and didn't love it. Okay, this one is probably gonna go either way. This is Crystal Blade, a Burning Glass novel from Catherine Purdy. I have never heard anything about this. I have no idea how much this was. I got this as a gift, but I just am not gonna read this. I have no idea. I mean, it could be cool. I don't know. It looks like one of those that could be really bad or really good, and I don't know if I want to risk it. There's so many other books that I'd rather read. You know what I'm saying? So like, would I waste a month or a few days reading this one? No. I don't think I would. So I'm probably gonna get rid of this either way. Let's see. It's Dark Entrance. Praise for Burning Glass. Dark entrance and utterly immersive. Burning Glass will take you on a journey you'll never forget. Heart-pounding action meets deadly intrigue and aching romance, drawing you deep inside a story full of complex questions. I don't know. Maybe I should read it. Maybe I should just do next month to read all the books I just don't want to read. Just have a miserable month. No, next month is my birthday month, so not next month, but maybe eventually I should just do a month of books I don't want to read. I don't want to read again, or I don't want to read. No, I would not read any books again that I do not want to read again. Because those could surprise me. Like 4, Death on the Nile, and Crystal Blade could all surprise me, but the ones I've read that I just am not a fan of, I would not read again. Anyway, the last one that we're going to mention again, this video does not have to be that long. This is The Wedding Date from Jasmine Gilroy. This one, again, would go probably, again, one of the last ones to go. Just because I did like it, and I mean it was okay story. I just didn't like, it's in third person, and so it kind of just takes you out of the story a little bit. And I just, a lot, like some of the interactions between the couple, like some of the scenes, it just wasn't my favorite. Like some of the line, like it just wasn't my favorite book, and honestly I really didn't love it, and I wouldn't buy any more from the author. And so like I love to collect things in general, and so I just feel like for me, I would like to keep stuff from authors that I know I would repurchase from, or like to have a series or like bundle books. Like I don't like single books are hard for me just to have, especially if I don't like that single book, you know what I mean? So obviously these are all pretty much single books besides the number 4, but this one was basically, might as well just be a single because it has nothing really, not that it has nothing to do with the Divergent, but you know what I mean, it's not really the same story. So anyway, I feel like that would be all of the declutter. I was gonna do kind of like a declutter, but I don't think I need to get rid of them just quite yet, because again, I still have some growing space that'll last at least another month or two. As long as I don't go crazy next month. There are a couple more books that I want to purchase this month, but I feel like I have to earn the books that I purchase, because there are so many that I have not read yet in my collection, and there's so many for this month that I need to read before the end of the month. Like there's still a few more that I have to read before the month ends, and I'm not going fast enough. So anyway, there are a couple more. I didn't know what other video to film today, because I was thinking of doing like shop with me kind of videos, but like for books or whatever. But I usually just buy my books on Amazon, because that's like pretty much the cheapest, or Target, and they'll do the Target online prices are usually the same as Amazon prices, and then they'll match it in store price at Target, but it's a lot of work, first of all. Second of all, I'm a little bit scared to film in public, but I feel like a good like shop with me book could be fun, but we'll see if I grow some cojones. We'll see. Anyway, guys, that's really it. Let me know if you've read any of these books, if I should read any of these books, or not read them again. If I should read the books that I haven't read, or if you liked any of these books. I really, like, if these weren't in my collection, I would not be sad. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be sad. I wouldn't miss them. I wouldn't think about them. I wouldn't even notice, probably, at all. So, again, I can have them for now, and people buy me like gifts a lot of the time that are books, and not that I'm a picky book reader, but I'm a very specific book reader, and things that go outside that are hard for me to read. And so, I mean, if you're ever buying me a book, just if you're ever buying me a book, just know I really like romance. I really like romance. Alright, guys, so that's the first video. I'm going through my makeup outro. That's it, guys. Peace, nerds. Bye.